What's up, people of the world? It's me again, Alex Swimmer, aka AP3 Jumped, and I have a special guest. I have Michael back on once again.
By this point, am I even considered a guest anymore?
Special guest.
Can I even be considered that of how frequently I'm on the channel?
I don't know. I don't know. Tyler, I guess he holds the record for most guest appearances on the channel by a single person. I could be wrong on that.
Not sure if I hold any record, but I know I've been on your channel quite a few times.
Yeah. So, viewers, what are we talking about today? Well, I was just going to be a Crash Bandicoot discussion video, but I don't know, I just decided to kill two birds with one stone and talk about Crash Bandicoot and Super Smash Brothers in one video because I figured, why the hell not? It's funny. I originally intended on doing this before Crash 4 came out, but just didn't have the time. But yeah, after having played the demo and having played the game for 3 days, I think I have I think now I'll have even more interesting things to say about the game now that I've gotten my hands on it, like before and after release. And I pre-ordered it digitally. I may or may not have said this on camera or not, but yeah, I pre-ordered the game digitally so I could because I figured there were enough exclusive perks about getting it digitally, and I figured why the hell not? Because I had to think long and hard whether I wanted to get it digitally or physically. Because audience, I'm a traditionalist. I usually I would rather get a physical copy of a game, but I'm more than okay with getting a digital copy of a game sometimes, especially if it's like the only way I can get a video game, like if it's on like the Nintendo eShop or something like that. Yeah, I've been doing all the talking, but
Dude, it's alright.
What was that, guys? Oh yeah, so yeah, it was more than just one pre-order bonus for it wasn't a pre-order bonus. It was a pre bonus for getting the copy game digitally. Not only did you get the totally tubular skins, but you also you can also play the demo that was released earlier in the summer, and I was also able to play the game like a day early, which I didn't expect to happen at all. So that was nice to be able to play at the start of October. And I gotta say, I'm having a fucking blast with the game so far. And let's see, I'm at like hell, like almost 20 levels in, I guess, something like that.
How long is the game anyway?
It takes people say like 8 hours. Like it takes some people 8 hours, I guess. But I personally, it'll take you. For me, it'll probably take all of October to complete the game. Like I've said before, and because yeah, this is a massive game. There's lots of stuff to do.
Most PS4 games are huge.
Yeah, and it's definitely the biggest Crash Bandicoot game in terms of like in terms of gameplay, most definitely, because there are in fact over 100 levels. There are about like 42 regular levels, and there's an equal amount of inverted versions of all those Sid levels. Plus, you got 21 flashback levels. You also on top of that, you also have the alternate timeline levels where you can play as Tana, Dingo Dow, and Cortex. So that adds up to I don't know how many levels. Definitely well over 100 levels. A lot of them are like or mirrored or remixed versions, but still, that's a huge amount of levels for a platforming game. And but it gets even more in depth than that. There's about and there's about 226 gems to collect. There are six to collect per level. There's lots of stipulations for getting gems. There's the classic box gem. There's a gem you can get for completing the level in 3 deaths or less. I didn't know the exact number until I started playing the game. And the third gem is a hidden gem, much like the ones from the Crash GBA titles and Crash to Insanity, and harkens back to that kind of collectible gem. And then there are 3 other gems that you can collect by obtaining a certain amount of Wumpa Fruit. And where do you obtain I think 40%, 60%, then 80% of all Wumpa Fruit in the level, and that's how you get all 3 of those gems. And inverted mode has the same amount of gems as well, but they're all upside down, which I think is hilarious. And inverted mode also has different filters for each level, so they all look different visually, besides being mirrored versions of existing levels. So that's pretty neat. I was able to unlock inverted mode. You unlock it after being the second boss, and that's all I'll say about that. But let me see. So there is actually an equal amount of upside down gems to collect. So 226 times 2, shit, that's like around 460 gems, I think. Almost.
What was it, 126 times 2?
No, 226 times 2.
226 times 2, okay. 226 times 2 is 452.
Wow. Yeah, it's a whole lot of gems. Plus, the color gems are back. There are only 4 of them in this game, though. I was able to unlock 1, but from what I can gather, you can collect them by the methods of collecting them are unique and sometimes peculiar methods of obtaining the colored gems, just like in Crash 2. So I found that to be very interesting, and the second color gem, remember how in Michael in Turtle Woods you had to get the blue gem by not breaking any boxes?
Yes.
Well, there's
that was annoying as hell.
Yeah. Turns out there's a level in Crash 4 where you have to do the exact same thing to obtain a color gem, but it's on a much harder scale. Because, by the way, audience, the levels in this game are a lot longer now. They take me sometimes a half hour to complete, depending on what I'm doing. I guess if I'm not trying to blaze through the level, it takes me 10-15 minutes to complete a level normally. And there's so much content in the game that I appreciate, don't get me wrong, but holy shit, it's a lot. And of course the time relics are back. which God help me with the time trials. I don't know how those are gonna turn out for me. Stacey's
It
levels.
wouldn't be a Crash game without time modes, dude.
Oh, I know. I'm just saying. Stacey's levels are much longer now. I can only imagine how much harder to get getting the time trials is going to be.
And you're hitting every time crate to make sure your time stays low.
And time you gotta remember, if you die, you have to start all the way over. So if you're playing, yeah, that's gonna be especially annoying, you know, for this game, I'm sure. But and I tried I tried to get that that color gem I just told you about. I tried like 30 minutes. I tried for like 30 minutes trying to get that damn gem, but after that I was like, well, to hell with this shit. I'm just gonna get this gem another time because I don't want to keep wasting my time on this. Even though I think I was so close several times. And yeah, that's another thing. This game is really challenging, like a lot of people have been saying. And yeah, I appreciate how challenging it is too. And a lot of times when you're playing the game normally, it can be really fun. And although sometimes I'm having trouble getting the box gems because every so often, there are sometimes one or two crates that are just hidden in plain sight. And viewers, you don't know how annoying it is reaching the end of a level and you miss one fucking crate, especially after you spent like 20 minutes on a level. That's just so damn annoying. So,
unfortunately, that's unfortunately the bad thing about Crash games.
Well, I never had that problem with previous games up until now.
I had that problem too a lot.
If anything, I only ever missed like large sums of crates in previous games. Not just one or two stray crates that I just can't see the first time.
Like I said, I had that problem in Crash 2, unfortunately.
Yeah. And
well, and Crash 3, but I haven't had that problem in a while.
Yeah. I wish I had the lo-fi live stream playing in the background because it's all royalty free music anyway. So all in all, this game is everything so far it's everything I'd hoped to be and more. I love the level design. I love the cutscenes. I love the writing in the game, the animation, and I've grown to really like the character designs in this game. At first, I was very conflicted on them at first, but now I think I really like them a lot. And even if there's some characters who I still think look a tad bit off when they're in motion, that little nitpick of mine, that little pet peeve of mine, it just doesn't matter at that point. Sounds like
a nitpick when it's half of the game.
It's mainly, it's for me. Like I said, I've warmed up to the character designs have really grown on me, and it's only like one or two instances where I think the characters look a little off. Mainly the shape of Coco's head. I thought her head was a little tad bit squished at first, but she still has a cute design. She doesn't look ugly. Like I said, all of these characters have looked worse before. So yeah.
Clash of the Titans.
And Wrath of Cortex, but yeah.
I think I'd rather take Wrath of Cortex over Clash of the Titans.
True. I agree. And now I barely just scratched the surface of the game. even though I've been playing it for 3 days. I haven't. I've yet to play as everybody yet. I played as Crash and Cortex in the demo, and I was finally able to play as Coco in this game, which is awesome. She's my favorite character, and playing as Tana is really not fucking awesome because I love her moveset, and it just feels great. It feels like a combination of like, because she has like a spin kick and what you might call it, a like a mid-air stomp and a hook shot. So it kind of reminds me of playing as like Nina Cortex and Batman from the Arkham games, because you can grapple from long distance. Not only can you yeah, you can attack enemies with the hook shot, hit crates from the distance with a hook shot, and you can like grapple from long distances. Like, so that's really neat. I have yet to play as Dingo Dial, but the most recent world or I've reached is, I think that's the world I'm finally gonna be able to play as in, and I was able to use the only mask I haven't gotten to use at all yet is Ika Ika, because Lani Loli and Kapunawa were in the demo, and first you find Lani Loli, then you find Akano, and if I had to guess, the third and fourth masks you would have to find are Kapunawa and Ika Ika, just because of the what kind of gameplay Ika Ika has with like the manipulating gravity. I would have a feeling that for gameplay reasons, for difficulty progression reasons, he's probably the last mask you obtain. So yeah, I'm not sure what else to say about the game. The format is it's divided up into like several mini worlds, which are represented by different dimensions. And so far, a lot of the dimensions, their environments are familiar. We've seen them in other Crash games, but they're in. It's still cool to see like unique spins on these themes, and they take place in alternate dimensions. So that in and of itself is pretty cool. Start off with good old Insanity Island, which is nice, and so I don't know. I've mostly carried this. I've mostly carried this part of the video.
Well, I can't speak on the game because I haven't played it.
Yeah, that's fine. Michael wanted to wait on the game. I think he said he wanted to wait about a month or so to buy the game.
I was gonna wait about a month to make sure there wasn't any game breaking glitches or anything.
Oh, speaking of like bug fixes, they fixed the slide jump, thank God, because in the demo people warned me that the slide jump was off, and I upon playing the demo I noticed how stiff it was and how completely like ceases your momentum. In the final game, the slide jump is a lot better. It feels much more closer to how it should, and it's only like a little stiff, but it's still it's very useful once again, which is nice. And there are a little bit of a, I forgot to mention, but I like the way Crash and Coco feel in this game. It's kind of an improved version on how they feel in the original trilogy. It's different from the Insane Trilogy. Now, keep in mind, audience, I love the Insane Trilogy's controls. I love how fast and zippy they are, for lack of a better word. But your in Crash 4, Crash and Coco's airspeed is significantly faster, and it feels like you're like bouncing across the air, and you can reach like much longer distances, which is nice. Like just maneuvering normally as them, which I very much appreciate. Because there are jumps I was able to make that I don't think I would have been able to do, not even in Crash Warped. So that's nice, and they just feel really good to control. And need I mention, I almost forgot to mention this, but the alternate costumes are amazing so far from what I've seen in the trailers and from what I have unlocked so far. They're pretty cool, really cool, and I love games with alternate costumes to begin with. Like this is far from the only platformer I've played that have alternate costumes. Super Mario Odyssey, there's Yoshi's Woolly World and Yoshi's Crafted World, Rayman Origins and Rayman Legends, and oh, by the way, you you obtain alternate costumes or skins as some people call them. They even call them skins in the game, so it's
Well, because in most games refer to them as skins over as costumes.
oh. Well, I'm just using that moniker because of Smash Brothers. They call them alternate costumes in Smash. Oh. So I use
Well,
it.
it's fine, but most games refer to them as skins.
Yeah, I use them interchangeably. So why is it getting so hot in here? Anyway, you unlock skins in the game by collecting at least 6 gems in any given level. In most cases, there's no microtransactions whatsoever, and because there are a couple of costumes you can unlock via unique methods. Like there are certain costumes you can unlock by being in the game and obtaining all of the platinum flashback relics, which is something you can obtain in the flashback levels. And Crash and Coco, they always have pairs of costumes. Their costumes always match. Like or well, most of the time they match. And now I said at least 6 gems because I didn't realize this, but I thought you had to collect all 6 gems in a level normally to get a costume in a level. But as it turns out, when you select a level after you unlock inverted mode, you can either select the regular version or the inverted mode version from the dimensional map selection screen. And you don't have to just get regular gems. You can get a combination of regular gems or upside down gems, or you can get only upside down gems. Just as long as you have 6 gems, no matter what, you could still get that level's costume, which is pretty damn cool. I'm glad the game is lenient in that regard, because like I said, box gems are hard for me to obtain right now sometimes. So costumes I wasn't able to get for certain levels before, I'll be able to get a little faster now. So because I'm deciding whether I want to play inverted mode along with the main game, because in any Crash game I always save the timed relics until after I beat the final boss for the first time. So and I don't know if the speed shoes are in this game or not. I would have to guess that they would be for the time relics, because that's the main reason I'd wait until after I get the speed shoes ability to even do time trials, to like before I even think about doing time trials.
Do you want to get the Crash Dash before you do any time trials?
Oh yeah, I know certain levels in Crash Warps didn't necessarily require that, because the vehicle levels didn't require that.
No, but it made it easier to do them.
Yeah. So we've been talking for 24 minutes. Oh, excuse me. So I I've been trying to. Oh, there's one more level. There's one more like little like level stipulation for completing levels. There's a new type of there's a new type of like token or whatever. It's called like the insanely perfect token or whatever it is. It looks like a golden skull and crossbones. And in order to obtain those, you have to beat the whole level without dying.
So it's pretty much a gym you get off of doing a no death route.
Yeah, it's that is something I discovered by just by complete accident while playing the game. It's just something I unlocked. Like I just happened to complete a level in a perfect run, and then I find out there's something else to do in every level. This game just has like layers and layers of just stuff, and so yeah. I can't wait to see what other bits of lore we're going to find out about the game. I've already found out a couple of things while playing the flashback levels, but I and I've also stumbled upon a few character cameos, which were awesome to see. But I'll be hushy hush about that. So what? So Michael, do you have any final thoughts for this portion of the video?
Honestly, no, mainly because I haven't played the game, so I really can't make any comments about it.
Well,
without playing the game, I really can't comment on anything.
do you think you'll be able to 106% the game?
Eventually.
Yeah. It'll take me a while.
I ended up doing Crash 3.
Yeah. Because I don't
know doing Crash 2, but that don't mean anything.
Yeah. All I know is that there's a regular ending and that there's a secret ending. Hell, as far as I know, there are 3 endings, but I don't know anything more than that. So anyway, but there's another thing. There's another thing you can unlock after being the game. Concept art. You can unlock concept art after beating the game or getting all the gems or I forget. There's a third thing, but you can unlock concept art for characters, enemies, and levels. That's really cool.
That's not strange because in Crash Team Racing, when you defeated the game, you got a scrapbook.
Yeah. I'm glad that there's something like the scrapbook in a mainline Crash game now. Well, actually, this isn't. Scratch that. This isn't the first time this has happened in a mainline game. Crash of Titans was the first game in the mainline series to have unlockable concept art, and then Mind River Mutant, and now Crash 4 has concept art to unlock, which is cool. There's only one of those like concept arts that I happened to stumble upon. It's not really spoilery, so I looked down that. Like I said, audience, I'm trying to stay off of Twitter because Twitter is off limits for me. It's because it's a spiny cesspool for spoilers. No matter what piece of media I'm consuming, whether it be a movie or a TV show or a video game, it doesn't matter. Spoilers are very much prominent on Twitter. But that's not the only problem that people have with Twitter, but that's neither here nor there. So I also told Michael to be very careful not to be spoiled if you don't want to be. And Michael, I hope you'll have fun with the game whenever you go.
I plan on it.
Because yeah, this is like our one of our favorite video game series, both for both of us. So yeah, it's Crash is getting the he's definitely gotten the comeback that he has deserved. And I'm very glad.
Way better than Spyro did.
A little bit. I'm glad Spyro was able to. Have a proper comeback as well. But all he got was remakes.
That thing in Skylanders is not Spyro.
No, I'm not talking about Skylanders. I'm talking about Spyro Reignited Trilogy.
That doesn't count. Because that's just a remake of 3 games.
Sure.
Unlike Skylanders, where they made a complete game and named a Dragon Spyro.
Yeah, I never liked that design of Spyro.
A lot of people don't.
I think I like the more like fully grown version of Spyro than Skylander Spyro. But we're not here to talk about Spyro today. we're here
later.
We're here to talk about but for some reason before we move on to the next subject, there's a lot of sheep from the Spyro series that make cameos in the fucking the flashback levels. Sometimes there's just like hordes of sheep in the background, just bang in the distance. It's weird. I don't know why the Cortex would acquire a bunch of sheep, but anyway. So next we're going to talk about something that I thought would never happen in a million years, even though this is still really exciting news for me, and that is Minecraft coming to Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. Now it's funny. This is something I predicted years ago as a what if a possibility, but now it's finally happened, and I still can't wrap my head around it. Like I'm trying to pinch myself because make sure I'm not dreaming. I can't pinch myself very well for some reason. But yeah, this is unreal. It's exciting, but it's very unreal. When I saw the reveal trailer, for a split second, I thought, "Is this real?" Because it felt
I was so convinced the internet was lying again.
Part of me wanted to think that. Like I said, it was I was definitely surprised, and definitely it shook my Smash Bros. Expectations even further, and I thought Cloud did that for me, and I thought Cloud shook my Smash Bros. Expectations back in the day, but it's funny. We started with Solid Snake, and it leads up all the way to Steve and Alex from my. But then over the years, more and more third-party characters join in. We have about 20 at this point, if I had to guess. And Smash Bros. Just continues to just blow my mind, and just continues to exceed my expectations for what I think is going to happen. And I watched that video presentation today, and Steve and Alex have a very complex moveset. It's very well thought out and detailed. It's he seems to be the most complex character yet, and seems to be the most broken character yet.
That's not a good thing.
Yeah, I think the team has done some things to mitigate his potential broken attributes, which is something I pointed out in my reaction video for the presentation. But overall, it was a great presentation. It was about 45 minutes long. It was a lot of fun to watch. Sakurai is always fun to watch. He's just a very outspoken, personable guy, and he's one of my favorite video game designers. And I respect him more than most video game designers for how dedicated he is and how passionate he is. Yeah. As a matter of fact, he's one of my biggest creative inspirations, along with Jim Henson and Stan Lee. Rest in peace to them both. But
Interesting choice of the people.
yeah. So Michael, what are your tell the audience what you think about what you think about this whole Minecraft Steve situation? Like Minecraft.
I'm not really crazy about the idea of Steve being in the game.
Not a lot of people are. A lot of people are mad again.
Well, roughly so. The character makes no damn sense.
It's like every other character. You have a large majority of people being mad at. Like, let's see, Hero. People got mad about that. Byleth. People got mad about that. and now now same thing is happening with Minecraft Steve. Well, I don't like saying Minecraft Steve. I just like saying Steve. Just saying Minecraft Steve sounds stupid to me. I only have ever said it by complete accident. What I found out was every stage had to be reworked to accommodate for Steve and Alex, and because one of the things you can do with those characters is you can mine the ground for materials, and depending on what the ground is made out of, you can get different materials for mining out of specific specific material that the ground is made of. Like, for example, Congo Jungle 64, you would mostly get that stage is mostly comprised of wood, so you would get wood materials for that. And funnily enough, another interesting example is that Corneria from Smash Bros. Melee has it has the Great Fox. The name almost escaped me. It has the Great Fox be like they decide to have it be made out of iron, and you could get iron materials for mining the fucking Great Fox. But I'm interested to see what materials you can get from other stages, like stages that take place on the clouds, or on because the different materials you can mine from, like you can mine from like wood, stone, and sand, and so true to Super Smash Brothers design philosophy. It's like every character is true to their series, like almost completely. Sometimes for better or for worse, because yeah, this character is very complex with what it can do, and you can use weapons from the original game. You can make them out of the same materials as in the original game, being wood, stone, iron, gold, and diamond, and you can even use a crafting table that that can spawn randomly in the stage, or you can place the crafting table wherever you want by shielding and pressing the special move button. So yeah, Steve is very involved with his fighter design, and another thing you can do is that you can place blocks. I think that's his neutral special, and what the designers had to do was they had to basically implement a grid for every single stage. Um, that way that there's a grid in which blocks can spawn through. If so, I hope you I hope I'm describing this as best I can.
By what it sounds like, they rebuilt the whole damn game from scratch for one character.
Yeah, like I said, extremely involved, and they went all out with this challenger pack. Let me tell you, which is very commendable, especially now with working conditions being, the way they are because of the worldwide pandemic. It's all the more impressive, man. And for every new stage that gets added into the game, they're gonna have to do the same thing for the next couple DLC stages.
It'll probably be easier for the new stages coming in because they're making them from scratch already, so they can add them in already.
Oh yeah, and
Then pre-existing, pretty much have to rewrite the whole code.
Yeah, which I'm amazed they're able to do now. The fact, given the fact that the game is almost 2 years old, they're still able to do whatever they want to the coding of the game in this, and which they can still add stuff to the code as they see fit. So because for some reason I thought there was limitations on that after the game was fully released. At least I thought that was the case for Smash 4. That's not the case this time around. I'm not sure why I thought that, to be honest with you. I thought new DLC characters being added was. I thought that wouldn't be able to manipulate the original code or whatever. But that kind of Kirby kind of.
That's what patches are.
Yeah, but Kirby kind of disproves that for me most definitely, because he has to get updated for every damn character that gets included as well. So you should see Kirby's copy ability for when he copies Steve.
I bet that's hilarious.
Can you take a guess what he might look like?
A giant box.
He's cubic. He's cubic, like completely.
Like I said, he looks like a box.
Yeah.
He's Box Kirby.
Box Kirby. Yeah. It's funny. That's another thing I love about these new character updates is that what's Kirby gonna look like after after he inhales the new character. So. And yeah, no, and also sometimes new voice clips have to be recorded for Kirby, even if it's just like a couple of lines, or if it's just one line. Hell, that's the case with the announcer. I'm pretty sure new characters' voice lines are only recorded like one character at a time, I guess. If
Not always. In some cases, these characters are planned in advance, so they'll probably record it during voice recording for the game.
Yeah. I since all the DLC was decided for the Fighters Pass for both of them before they were all announced, I'm guessing they were I'm guessing all the fighters in each Fighters Pass was recorded at once. I guess it makes sense.
That or during when the game was being developed.
Yeah. Well, more likely for the first Fighters Pass. And the Steve's stage, I think it's called Minecraft World, and it does change every time you load it. There's set biomes there's like 6 different biomes that you can play on in the stage. So that's really cool. the layouts for each biome are the same. Excuse me. So it's not 100% randomized like in like in the Mario Maker stage, but it's just on like a random rotation, I guess. Now, one thing I forgot to mention, to prevent Steve and Alex from being completely broken, all of the in terms of mining, all of the Battlefield and Omega versions of the stages have Steve and Alex can mine a random amount of materials. They can mine random types of materials. So even though all those stages are designed identically, almost all of them look completely different visually. But despite that, they decide to have a random. They decide to have just a random predetermined materials you can mine instead of, because they did that to make sure that Steve and Alex did not have an unfair advantage over the whole cast, which thank God, thank God they thought of that. And watching that presentation, it was a lot to take in, and I bet. Yeah, I had to rewind the video several times just to really understand so I can know what I'm getting into when I play as the Fire for the first time. So sometimes I rewatch character presentations so I can really retain the information before I get to try a new character for the first time. You know what's funny? I think Steve and Alex are more complex characters than Ryu and Ken combined. Probably.
We'll wait and see before we make any claims like that.
It's just a prediction I have. Holy crap, we've been recording for 47 minutes. But yeah, this video, I had fun we finally getting to record this. And yeah. So I guess I'm going to I can't remember what vlog number this is. This is like vlog number 1. Fucking I'm not even gonna try to guess because I'm gonna be way off base. But let's go with randomness, shall we? I have to go get something from the living room because the random object is in the living room. You know, today's random object of the day, it's something I've had since I was a kid, which has become quite a rare collector's item, and it's none other than my Crash Bandicoot plushie that I've had since like fucking 2003 or something like that. It came from Busch Gardens, or not Busch Gardens. Where did this come from? King's Dominion or something. And my aunt won this for me, and she won this for me, and that's how I got it. She played a guess your weight little mini game at the amusement park. So she sacrificed her dignity to get this thing for me. And it turns out a lot more. It turns out I see a lot of people that have this Crash plushie. I don't know if you ever got one, Michael.
No, I never did. I wanted one, but never ended up with one.
No. This plush has a lot of...
Because I don't know what amusement park I was at, and I did see them, but I never did try to go for them.
Oh, okay. This plush has a lot of beans in it. It's made up of beans.
Oh, I believe it. Like a beanbag chair.
Yeah. I miss my beanbag chair. I had a blue one.
And a black one.
When I was 11. And I have another fun fact about because usually if I have a guest on my channel, or audience, if I have a guest in my vlog, usually one person provides the random object of the day, while the other person provides a random fun fact of the day. Um, uh, I did provide both, and there's one. I have one regarding the new masks, which is not a spoiler. It just has to do with their name origins. Like, um, I know for a fact that at least two of the new masks names are based off Hawaiian names in real life. Kapunawa is like, I think it is named after like uh I forget what it is, but the origin of Kapunawa's name is Hawaiian for grandmother, which I find interesting. Because Kapunawa, I think happens to be the first female mask in the Crash Bandicoot series. And Ika Ika is based off the word Ikaika, which means strength. Now, as for Alani Loli and Akano, I have no idea just yet. What's cool to finally have learned some of the origins of some of the Quantum Mask's names. Oh, there's another fun fact I have, but I don't want to say it because it's a beginning game spoiler, but I don't want to spoil it. So even though
Dude, it's fine. Just do it.
you don't mind if I tell you, Michael?
I don't care.
Okay, well, all of the Quantum Masks are siblings, actually.
Sounds about right.
Just like the Aku Uka brothers. Now, I have no idea if any of the elementals were related. I don't know. That was never specified.
Yeah, that was all specified in canon, so I have no idea.
Well, yeah, and that's Lani Loli is played by Richard Horvitz, and that's another fun fact. That's one of the first. That's one of the first pieces of information I found out about the game. Actually, I don't know how I found out about it, but he was one of the. I guess it was on like Twitter or something. That's how I found out. So that's cool. This isn't his first foray into the series, though. He was previously in like Mind Over Mutant, and I think Crash of the Titans, because lots of other popular voice actors, lots of other famous voice actors have played like additional voices in Crash of the Titans and Mind Over Mutant. So that's really nice. And also, I've been staring at this full version of the box art, which is based off that leaked concept art, which had the characters in the four corners. So it looks really damn good, audience. I don't know if you've seen it, Michael, but it looks really cool.
No, I have not.
It was posted on the Crash Bandicoot Twitter page. You know what else was posted on the Crash Bandicoot Twitter page the day before the game came out?
What?
Crash Bandicoot doing the Crash dance. Finally.
Of course.
Finally, they decided to show that. This whole time I'm thinking, where's the Crash dance? Where's the Crash dance? And then they finally showed him doing the Crash dance, and I was so excited to see that. I have yet to see him do it in the game yet, but me playing myself. But yeah. So, audience, if you like this video, don't forget to subscribe. Like the video if you liked it. Ring the bell to be notified of future videos I make. Stay tuned for an October 2020 update, because there's a few things I want to address that I feel I needed to talk about. So I'll mostly be doing the same kind of content, but look forward to that video. I don't know, like 24 hours after this video has been uploaded. So yeah, there you go. So Michael, do you have any final words?
No, not really.
Okay. Yeah. Sometimes when Michael comes on, I carry most of the video. Depends on what kind of video we're doing. If we're doing a gaming review, sometimes mainly I carry the video, or both of us do. If it's a wrestling video, then Michael mainly carries the video, because he straight up knows a little bit more.
I'm knowledgeable in a few things, and gaming and wrestling is really the only two things I know quite a bit about.
Yeah, because Michael he knows a little bit more about wrestling than I do, and so is my brother. So I think I'm going to.
You spend 20 years watching it, you learn a few things.
Yeah. Oh, so. All right. Once again, I'm Alex Swimmer, aka AP3 Jones. This has been Michael. And thank you so much for watching until the end. That's it for us, and we will see you soon. Goodbye. Say goodbye, Michael.
Bye, Michael.
I knew what I was getting myself into with that.